subscribe and ring the bell to never miss an update. Hello everyone, it's the big antique show in Texas. Today on Lady Mary Beth, we are in Carmine and we are stopping at the Y Station. This is a 1930s service station that has lots of vendors. It's a huge venue. Make sure to stop by and get your free copy of our Round Top Guide and map. We're also visiting High Country and Billmore Antiques. Join me. The Y Station is located in Carmine, Texas, 5 miles north of the heart of Round Top at the corner of Highway 237 and Spur 458. Be sure to mark your calendar for October 22nd when they host Corn Dogs on the Corner and Pie at the Y with Royer's Pie Haven. And here is our Round Top Guide and map. Welcome to the Y Station, known as the Vintique Market. There are about 20 different vendors here, and they each bring something unique. We have sterling silver, Western art, dinnerware, fine glass, and many more great finds. Let's get started. There is so much to discover in each of these buildings. And perhaps you have a list of things that you're looking for. I do enjoy vintage glass and sterling. They've got both of those right here. An interesting bird, flower frog, priced at $78, and that looks like a collector's item. I've not even seen that at the glass show. And here are some great serving pieces made of sterling silver. That is something that I enjoy collecting. And they even have the tiniest scoop. Many different ways to incorporate this into your coffee tea bar, perhaps for just some candies, a nut dish, with some detail on the back side. I do enjoy ladles, especially something from the Victorian era that's been engraved. Lots of detail. A sterling silver ladle is a great idea to add to your tabletop collection and also makes a wonderful gift. This one has a gilt interior. It has been hand engraved with the last name Farr and dated on the back 1881 to 1906. It is a beautiful design and well priced at $50. There's some other great finds here in the case, including a sterling silver candle snuffer with an ebony handle. This is a great item to pair with a candle when you are bringing a hostess gift. And I also see something that reminds me of our friends in the Netherlands. Isn't this a fantastic piece? It's priced at $185 and it's got lots of great detail. These mirrors are interesting. I could see this not only on a vanity, but even an entry table. You could create a story with that. And brass is more popular than ever. This mirror is priced at $115. And now we're going to look at some Western things. We'll meet Linda with a Cowgirl's Tea Party, and her sister Becky has the Green Dog Antiques. I'm excited to introduce you to Linda with a Cowgirl's Tea Party. And she's got some great items here to share with you and lots of Western finds.
Yes, I'm Linda Reed with Cowgirl's Tea Party here at Y Station in Carmine, Texas. And we are part of the Round Top Antique Fair for this season. I am very interested in Western, all vintage Western. I do Western dinnerware, which is, some of it is vintage, of course. And thanks to Yellowstone, the Westward hoe dishes have come back around, very popular. I also continue with any type of leather, gun belts. We do hats here. Hats, of course, are very popular right now. All hats are popular. And one of the things I really enjoy doing is serape upholstery. This time I have some upholstered benches out of Pendleton fabric, which is absolutely fabulous, fabulous fabric. And I love it here at Round Top. This is our 10th show here at this location at Y Station. And we have a great time here. People are wonderful. And it's just nice to have good old-fashioned fun.
Absolutely. I can't wait to show you around.
They also have some upcycled creations where they've taken some interesting vintage parts and pieced them together for something wonderful, including a doghouse there and lots of Western-themed items. And you have to look up or you might miss something wonderful. We'll also see some vintage glass. Globes are very popular. Even if they're not accurate now, they are still highly collectible.
Add unique lightingware to your space. This piece is made from what's known as a horse tree and mattress springs. It's priced at $6.50. And there's another interesting lightingware that is industrial explosion proof and it's combined with a symbol. Let's have a look.
And here is that symbol of creativity. That would be a great addition for your lighting. And if you want to pair elegant with rustic, this is a great combination, priced at $450. Swarovski crystals with this vintage piece would be an interesting dining room chandelier. And Western dinnerware is becoming more popular. And I will share with you a company that is reproducing one of these popular patterns. Some great barware. They've got wonderful collections. I think Hollywood should shop with them. And here's that original back stamp. Westward hoe, the rodeo pattern.
Westward hoe pottery was made by Wallace in California in the 1940s, more popular than ever with the Yellowstone series. And here we see that original back stamp. This was made popular by cowboy artist Till Gooden. He is the son of a true Western pioneer from Eaton, Colorado, later settled in California. It is durable, highly vitrified, and similar to hotel ware, and definitely suitable for outdoor barbecues. The Westward hoe pottery is experiencing some resurgence in popularity, of course, because of the Yellowstone series, where this is used as their dinnerware. And you can find it today made by the True West Company.
Davy Crockett is from Tennessee, and he was a hero that helped defend the Alamo. These are priced at $10 each, and such fun with that holiday freeze. The wagon wheel. I remember this from my childhood. We'll talk about the history of these pieces.
You probably recognize this wagon wheel from a famous American pottery company based in Oklahoma called Frankoma. And it was started in 1933 by John Frank, a ceramics professor from Oklahoma. And the name, of course, is a combination of those two words, Frank and Oklahoma. They've got some great pieces here.
This is a creamer and sugar set. Quite unique, and here's a look at that back stamp, Frankoma. Perfect for your ranch or farmhouse. Vintage glass is one of my favorites, and these are the perfect colors for holiday celebrations. Mid-century. My mother had red plates that her friends gifted her, and those were always fun for Christmas and Valentine's. And the green is appropriate for so many seasons. And this 3-part dish is extra special. It is Bohemian crystal, priced at $20. It looks a lot like booby glass. Love the green. And we'll find even more treasures stepping into the mid-century. Great serveware and even hanging lights from the space age, priced at $480. Let's look up. And these are quite something. And I wouldn't be surprised if Hollywood came calling, especially with this mid-century table. Great for a breakfast nook. It is a drop leaf, priced at $2.95.
This is an exceptional deal on a Jack Cartwright table, known as the best of the mid-century modernism. It is built to be inviting and inclusive for gatherings. At $2.95, this is something you would find for at least $2,000 on the secondary market.
And the modern Danish chairs would be a perfect addition to this table. They are priced separately, $500 for the set of 4, which is an excellent price for authentic. And some fun artwork. Pink was very popular in the 1950s, mostly in thanks to Mamie Eisenhower, the First Lady. And this princess phone I remember from my childhood. I had it in blue. Lots of influences with technology we found in the mid-century. And a lot of it is coming back today. And now we're going to meet the star of the show, man's best friend.
This is Lucky. He was rescued from East Texas, and he is almost 15 years old, about to have a birthday, and he owns the place. Let's have a look at all the beautiful finds here.
Depression glass is sometimes uranium glass, and I see younger folks carrying around a black light when I'm reselling. And here, Jeanette is going to shine her light on these pieces. Some of these I actually grew up with and did not know that it was uranium glass. And there's some other great finds here. Millefiori. Art glass was also popular in the mid-century. It's amazing that all these pieces have survived over the years. This is priced at $40. And orange was definitely a popular color in that era. And vintage glass. Amber was popular. We're going to take a closer look at this wonderful pitcher set. That is a very unique style. And it's not often that you find all the glasses. This was made by Fenton, priced at $120.
The orange blossom pattern from the Fenton Art Glass Company was made in about 1912 and featured in many catalogs. This is very well priced at $120 for the pitcher instead of 6 glasses.
This is a unique antique example of sand majolica with that ruffled vase and applied flower. We see a resurgence in popularity with ashtrays since mid-century barware has become even more popular. And some of those represent the space age. TV lamps, planters, all kinds of fun things here. And I have my eye not only on the Epergne, but this imperial pitcher set. And you'll notice it has the original stickers. It's never been used. It is the Tiger Lily pattern in the azure blue for $210 for the set. And it has a bit of a carnival glass sheen. Love those stickers. There's lots to discover at Y Station, and I encourage you to come out. We're going to visit as many vendors as we can. And this one has some interesting things. I love to learn from the dealers. There's always something that they can share with you. And be sure to ask questions when you pop in. They would be glad to explain the history of items. And this is a very unique find. Something that you might actually find in a period drama.
Pull up a chair. This is a unique find. As 18th century English printers were producing more books, the upper middle class and the nobility seemed to be reading more. In fact, they incorporated libraries and studies into their interiors. And this has a very unique design for the purpose of reading. Broad armrests form a yoke with a reading desk attached here. And of course, you could sit reverse and lean against the back, or a man specifically could straddle this chair. And it has some fold outs for a candle on one side and an inkwell on the other.
Tramp art is highly collectible. We saw some great examples last time we visited Nothing Ordinary Antiques in Belleville, Texas, which is not too far down the road. This box is priced at $2.90. And I just love that this arts and crafts reached people's homes. It was an affordable way to create something useful. This has MM as the monogram, my friend Mark's initials. It has some interior sections, which is neat, priced at $3.85.
Tramp art is a style of woodworking that emerged in the latter half of the 19th century in America, and you see a lot of chip or notch carving. These were made with simple instruments such as penknives using reclaimed wood. It could have been a cigar box or a shipping crate, and it's highly collectible today.
This French side table is featured underneath a large Tramp art cabinet. I have not seen one this size. There was a customer very interested. These are from the late 1800s. Beautiful glass pieces, covered candy dish. I can see this at Christmas time, filled with some small ornaments. An easy way to create a centerpiece. Some of the original American glass. This was made by Adams, and it's the Crossroads pattern, priced at $1.19. And these candlesticks are the perfect pair. It resembles baccarat, but it's actually orifers, Swedish crystal, in the Regina pattern, priced at $1.45. Vintage Italian. Love this amethyst color, priced at $59. It's a great mid-century look. And now let's head on to one of the other spots here at the Y Station and discover even more treasures. That was an interesting chair. And I like to learn something that maybe I didn't know much about before. And this shop is full of some interesting finds. And she actually has a booth at Cherry Street Antiques in Tomball, where I found the Waterford Crystal biscuit barrel. That Wimbledon sign is interesting. And familiar Ironstone. I'll tell you a bit about the history and show you some examples. Lots of folks collect this, and it offers a rustic look.
Stoneware pottery was developed by William Turner of Longton, Staffordshire in 1800. In 1813, Charles James Mason patented the phrase Ironstone china. But his patent only lasted for about 14 years, and soon many manufacturers were embracing this durable product. Made of Cornwall clay and feldspar, Ironstone is known for its durability and weight. It is fired at high temperatures and glazed to make it water resistant. And in this picture, you will see some lines, and that is often due to the acidic content that creates this look.
This is packaging from the 1800s, and you might find potted meats, preserves, or even cream placed in these.
I'm digging this. This is actually something quite historic. It's packaging from a marmalade company. These things are found in Victorian dump sites, and commercial archaeologists have permission to dig. The Dundee Marmalade is a company that started in the 1700s. They exported to Australia, New Zealand, India, and China. The company sold a few times and was in business until 1992.
Let's take a look at this artwork from a very well-known artist. These prints are coveted and highly collectible today, and you might be able to identify some of these that you find at a thrift store or Goodwill. Let's talk about the history.
Paul de Longpre is a French-American artist known for his delicate flowers, mostly watercolor. These you would have seen in botanical magazines and on seed packets. He was born in 1855 in Lyon, and at age 12, as a self-taught artist, worked in a fan factory in Paris, painting beautiful flowers. In 1899, he immigrated to Hollywood, of all places, and lived with the Wilcoxes, founders of Hollywood.
This is a sort of Victorian cottage that they have created with those rose prints. And some linens. I know many of you like to collect linens, love that monogram. And a laundry bag, Wäsche in German, beautifully embroidered. Now let's step outside and take a look at some of our favorite vintage glass. Elegant glass of the Depression era and some that are highly collected. Many of you might be looking for. We'll hear from a premier glass collector and find some of our favorites, including these pitcher sets, the Art Deco candle holders, one of my first purchases in my 20s, and the perfect candle holders. I love the aqua color, but that canary yellow is definitely drawing me in. These were made from about 1922 to 1925 by Tiffin. They're priced at $195 and they are in the stretch design. This vase is extra special. We'll hear about the history of it.
Welcome to the world of glass. There are some incredible pieces here, including this vase that features a lovebirds pattern made by Consolidated in the 1920s. They were known as producing beautiful glass for lightingware companies. And they based this design on Lalique. One of their artisans most likely worked for Lalique to bring back the craft. It's a great piece, priced at $325.
Many of you collect the Draped Ladies. These are from the Cambridge Glass Company. I featured them in some previous videos. And I can tell you that a group of ladies walked in and purchased quite a few from the case. They go fast.
We adore the Draped Ladies. These were made by the Cambridge Glass Company. This is a unique piece. It has an oval base, and we're going to admire these and listen to a glass expert, Norm, who's with the Houston Glass Club. He's going to tell us more about it.
Well, as you could see, there are various colors. All are very unusual today. The crystal being the least favorite, unfortunately, but the colors that you see, the pink is called Peach Blow. The blue is I can't remember the name of the blue, but it's a really unusual blue, and it's usually in that light blue. The yellow is called Gold Crystal, and the green is a light emerald green. The rarest piece in here is the Melon Boy on the second shelf. You never see him out in the wild. And the different ones, this is called Two Kids, the one that Mary Beth has in her hand. And then you have Draped Ladies on the inside. You have a Rose Lady on the inside as well. And they made a couple of other different styles. But the primary purpose of these was to hold flowers. So it's called a flower frog, but it's most elegant of the flower frogs.
Such beautiful pieces.
These Heisey Ridgely candle holders are exquisite and would be a great way to elevate your dining experience. One more reason to shop for vintage glass. I just love it. Better than anything you can find new today. Mid-Century was full of bold color, influenced by the end of World War II and the space age. We have a lot of historical influences here. Great colors. And some milk glass. These horse bookends are fantastic. They are that beautiful cobalt color from Cambridge. It would be a great men's gift, even for a little boy's room. I have these in clear. I much prefer the blue. Fostoria made Versailles in several different colors, blue, green, and pink. And of course the clear as well. It's an elegant design and was quite popular. These glasses are rather rare and hard to find. It is the Tiffin Fontaine pattern. It's not often that you see so many in one place. And this vase has my interest because I'm planning an event next February with this very color. I'll tell you more about it.
This vase is a fantastic color that is definitely one that is on trend with that fuchsia. It is made by Tiffin. It is the Wisteria pattern, priced at $165. What makes it unique is this is not only hand blown, but this vase has a hand applied base in the Swedish modern style.
Let's see what else we can discover here at the Y Station. It's always worth a look inside. You might find an item you've always been looking for. These giant ginger jars make quite a statement. Incredible, and look at those finials. Even on the stands.
Welcome to High Country, a brand new venue here in Carmine, just down the road from Round Top. They specialize in Native American art, lots of beautiful turquoise jewelry, and flow blue. This is their first day open. Let's go in and have a look.
As we pop inside, I want to mention that these wooden doors came from Billmore Antiques just across the street. We'll head over there later. And now we are in High Country. This is a seller that has opened up a permanent location. They're from Colorado, and they've got some great finds. And our favorite blue and white, we'll hear more about that. And I hope that you learned something today from the expert. We'll visit with someone that knows a lot about this flow blue. I know there are many collectors out there, and it's something we do see in Round Top. And I will tell you that there are some very well-known celebrities in the music business who shop with him, and they've added to their collections. And he's still bringing in items. They were just setting up when I stopped by for a visit. And we will learn about the different eras and see some great examples.
Flow blue is a type of earthenware, sometimes porcelain, that originated in the Regency era around the 1820s. And there are three specific styles, the early, middle, and late Victorian periods, and they each had their own look. Let's talk about these periods and see some examples. The early Victorian period was 1835 to 1860, and you see a lot of romanticized scenes. This is a great example of that. And we will meet with the Flow Blue King, and he will tell us more about why the Staffordshire potters made this.
This plate looks a bit different than the rest. Let's turn it over and look at the back stamp. Luneville. It's made in France.
The Middle Victorian period from 1860 to 1870 saw the addition of floral designs. While most of these were made by Staffordshire potters, this plate is actually from France.
I'm always interested in picking up a piece that has some Japonese or chinoiserie. And a beautiful back stamp.
The late Victorian period was from the 1880s to the early 1900s, and that's when we saw more introduction of the Japanese design. Chinoiserie had lost favor. And here we have a great example of that. Lots of detail here in the bowl, and of course that beautiful back stamp. It is the geisha pattern. This would be a great addition to your Flow Blue collection. I'm pleased to introduce you to Jeff, known as the Flow Blue King. He's got about 6,000 pieces in his collection, and these are two of his favorites he's going to tell us about.
These are great pieces. This one's made by Royal Dalton, and it's got the longhorn steer on it. People love that in Texas. It's a really rare pattern, and it's beautiful. And this is great just because of the age to it. This pattern was only made during 1814 to 1822, so that's over 200 years old, and it's still beautiful. So I have a huge collection, like she said, about 6,000 pieces, and come check it out.
Wow, that's incredible. Jeff is going to tell us how Flow Blue got its name.
Most of the blue and white stoneware that you'll find was mass-produced in Staffordshire, England for the American market. It is meant to be used as everyday dishes, and it's originally supposed to be a crisp, clear blue like this, but sometimes the blue ink would flow or smear during the firing process, creating the flow blue effect. And people love it, so they kept making it.
Became very popular.
Fine European porcelain, more popular than ever with those gold accents. And a lovely set of dessert plates. Could be used for salad, of course, as well. These are made in 1885 by the Carl Tilsch Porzellanfabrik. It's got that eagle mark, made in Silesia. This EAPG banana stand is great for mail. You could fill it with cookies or scones. And I think the price is amazing, $55. And this cake stand would be a great addition to your collection. It is from 1894, the beveled diamond pattern from Tarentum Glass Company. Price is $75. That's a great find. And they also are known for Native American art. Got some great examples here, and for the collector, this is a wonderful shop to find. And as mentioned, they've come from Colorado and they bring some beautiful wares. They have some Cheyenne beaded items. Great finds here. And of course, we all love jewelry. Going to see some wonderful pieces here. Great for rodeo season in Houston as well. The squash blossom necklace is more popular than ever. This is a true historic piece, priced at $3,200. And you do see a lot of turquoise during the round top season, very fitting with Texas. In fact, I'm wearing some today. And these bracelets and rings would be a great addition to your jewelry wardrobe, especially since they are authentic Navajo. Belts, also popular. It's fun to go to Round Top just to see all the fashion. It's sterling silver, priced at $1,500. And you've got to have a belt buckle in Texas. And this one is from the 1960s. Definitely a showstopper. And if you're looking for a different era with jewelry, they've got some wonderful pieces here with rings and cameos. These were popular in the Victorian era and again in the mid-century. A nice variety of cameos, and I've even seen these made a little bit more modern with a silver bezel. A Victorian carved side table with barley twist, cane top definitely has my attention. This is from about 1900 and belonged to a play production family in New York City. And for your farmhouse, country home, this is the seat you need with the cowhide. Absolutely perfect. An interesting chest of drawers. It's considered a farmhouse dresser from about 1890. Belonged to a Connecticut family that moved to a ranch on the Palmer Divide in Colorado. And always look up, you may see something wonderful. The beautiful chandelier.
Our last stop is Billmore Antiques. They are also located in Carmine, across from the Y Station and High Country. They host the County Line Antique Show, but the store is open year-round, and you get the best deals on authentic European antiques. They've been importing these since 1978.
I'm excited to show you around Billmore Antiques. I first stopped here about a month ago when I was working on the guide, and I was pleasantly surprised that they had such amazing prices. And they also have a wholesale store that sells to designers. And this would be a great resource for you if you're looking for true antiques. And they span many different eras. This is from the 1850s, an Italian armoire. And it is on sale today, 20% off. Look at all that hand painting. And many dealers that sell in Round Top shop this store. And if you go to Marburger, they've most likely shopped Billmore, and of course you're getting a better deal here. This is one of my favorite finds, and it's 40% off.
This is an excellent price on a French vaselier. It is made of oak. It is priced at $1,549. A vaselier is a term that refers to a very common French cabinet that you found often in the 19th century. This would be great for a breakfast room, dining room, to display a plate collection. It's an excellent price, much better quality than what you find in new furniture stores today.
This basket design would be a selling point for me. If only I had the space, I would load it up in my cart. And this server would be ideal for an entry table. Great storage, and with a discount is $780.
This is my favorite spot for antique furniture in the Round Top area. Their prices are absolutely incredible. They bring things in straight from Europe. They often will share with you the city of origin and a bit of the history. Let's have a look.
Many different styles represented here, and this would be ideal if you're creating a backdrop for a bar. Perhaps you have a business and you're looking for something to create an impact, have a focal point. You could certainly repaint that. Spanish antiques are often heavily carved, and the upside is you've got some great storage. Our friend Theresia in Germany has quite a few antiques she's brought back from Spain, and she has some great dish storage. I think we all need more of that. And surprisingly, we don't find as many Spanish antiques in Texas. Wonderful seating. There's so many options for farmhouse, traditional, mid-century, and they also have some religious artifacts. This is Saint Anne, and she has come from a church in Europe. The leaded glass looks very English, however, the piece seems to be French, nicely carved. And that again would be good storage. And we see this often in Germany. I'll tell you more about it and what a deal it is.
It's unusual to find an Henri II French carved cabinet for $650 stateside. We've seen deals in Germany at the flea markets and also at the Titi International consignment shop that we have visited. This is a beautiful piece and would be a great addition to your space.
And with the discount, it's an even better deal, priced at $455. You could certainly take that to an antique shop, mark it up, and be a great item to have in your booth. And there are resellers who shop here as well. And I see our Round Top show guide and map. Make sure you stop by Y Station, High Country, or Billmore Antiques and get a free copy. And as mentioned, they are open year-round, and there's lots more that I didn't show you. I will hope to come back early in 2025 and we can take a look at some of their new additions that they brought over in one of their many containers from Europe. This is a bold piece, reminds me of something you would find in a historical home in Texas. Love that burled wood. And it's 40% off of $789, a Napoleon buffet. I can see this for holidays. You could create a beautiful display. And they also have some smalls. Those are items that you can use for entertaining, gifting, and easy to transport. Although there are companies that can help you with that in the Round Top area. Fenton glass. It's highly collectible, and they do have pretty in pink for us today, including with one of the original signs. That is something I haven't seen in person before. Fenton glass from skillful hands in the age-old manner. It is authentic and handmade. I'm always looking for cake stands, especially those that are EAPG. Turn of the century would be my favorite. This is well priced at $45. Would make a great gift, with or without a cake on top.
We saw great deals on furniture and some beautiful Fenton glass and that cake stand that was well priced. Now let's pop out to their County Line Antique Show and see what we can find.
Vendors do come from all over the country to set up their items. In fact, some are still doing that. I've caught them a bit early. And some of the dealers in this area will let you shop early before the official opening date, including the Y Station. Some great kitchenware. And a Victorian toaster. I remember my father purchased one of these in the 90s, and I found it to be quite interesting. And you could actually decorate a wall with vintage cheese graters. It's a nice look. Gives me some ideas. And these are items you probably would find at a thrift store that people are discarding and could be an interesting accent. Some furniture. And if you're feeling a bit sleepy and need a rest, they've got some beds for you, including one that is Victorian. Priced at $4.95, and these do have a distinct style, better than what you find today.
I absolutely adore French beds. They also have an English one. We have a French bed from the 1800s in our daughter's room, and it is certainly a focal point with all of that detail and design.
Amber glass is popular, and it goes very well with the fall season, perfect for Thanksgiving. And it also goes well with the amethyst glasses. It's a great color combination. And Mid-Century. Moon and Stars and Viking glass. This is a great find and belongs on your Thanksgiving table. And this dealer has quite a few things he imports from England, including some of my favorite royal commemorative.
This is a great collection of royal commemorative. I've showcased this on the channel, and these are some fantastic pieces, many of which are honoring the late Queen Elizabeth II. Look at this, Elizabeth Regina. That's what ER stands for, $35. And it's for her silver jubilee. That's actually a very fair price.
I'm always interested in royal commemorative pieces. Maybe I'll find something to add to my collection. This mug is for Queen Elizabeth's Golden Jubilee. It's a striking design. Let's turn it over and look at the back stamp. It is made by Bingtons. It is fine bone china. This is a special find, a cup and saucer representing the 1911 coronation of King George and Queen Mary with that beautiful back stamp, Royal Doulton, England. Punch bowls are party perfect, and this is a fine example from the L.E. Smith Glass Company. The daisy and button pattern comes with 15 cups. I think my favorite part is the platter, which can be used separately. And when you are headed into Round Top, make sure you turn at the Y and you can find these great shops with better pricing than many shops in Round Top.
So glad you joined me today for Carmine, Texas antique shopping. There's some great venues in the Round Top area, Y Station, High Country, and Bill Moore Antiques. The show is going on now. Come on out and discover some of these treasures. Thanks again for joining Lady Mary Beth. Elevate your everyday with antique shows.